Jamie, we're standing outside a building site at the moment, but what is this going to be that's behind you?
Yeah, so behind me is the new 3G pitch that we're really excited about. That's going to be opening in early April. We were really lucky considering the circumstances. I think we were one of the last applications to go through with the Football Foundation. So the cost behind us is about £600,000, and that's heavily funded from the Football Foundation with some support from Shropshire Council and obviously the football club as well, which is going to be a massive game changer for us.
What are the main uses going to be for this pitch? Who's going to enjoy the surface?
So a lot of it will be our existing community projects that we have from our football development centres right through to our education programmes, health and wellbeing, walking football and the like, and then also the wider community as well. So we've got two partner clubs in Saha Football Club and Up and Comers Football Club that will be utilising it on different evenings for their squads as well, and as well as the women's team as well. So we've got a massive push on women's and girls football that will again come out of the lockdown and the pandemic, that we really want to raise the standards of women's and girls football in the county and see what we can do and how far we can take the women's team.
I'm sure they're really excited about having a really good facility to use for training.
Yeah, well, it's training and games for that facility. The standard and the league that they're currently playing in will allow us to play on an artificial surface. So yeah, hopefully it'll give us home advantage that the women are training and playing on the same surface, and we can start to move up through the leagues.
The COVID situation is starting to improve now, so what is kind of your plans going forward with easier restrictions?
Yeah, so from Monday, obviously with the schools opening, despite our coaches, they've been absolutely fantastic through the last 12 months or approaching 12 months now that they've been in schools practically throughout. We're really proud at the moment that since January we've got a really limited amount of people on furlough. So the work has continued, but obviously with all of the schools now returning and the pupils returning, there's more need for us to be back into there. So Monday, I think the coaches are really excited to almost get back to normality. Our loneliness project continues, so we've still got people at garden gates talking to people that are still shielding. I think that's one of the things that people forget, that as we start to come out of this, there are still people that are lonely, and that's going from strength to strength. And we'll look at getting our health and wellbeing, our cancer rehabilitation programmes and the like back face to face as soon as it's safe to do so. So lots of work going on in there. And then we've got the employability section as well that has been in the making since October. Lee, who's our new employability coordinator, has been chomping at the bit to get going, but obviously restrictions have stopped him on numerous occasions. But we've had some really good news in that with partnering with DWP, we're hoping to have a grant accepted next week for a project called Back in the Game. That's helping people that are furthest away from employment. That might be single mums coming back to the age where they can get back into employment, or the circumstances I should say, or it might be somebody suffering with anxiety, it might be somebody who's disabled. So that's going to be a really interesting project. That links into our traineeships that we're running in conjunction with the English Football League Trust, and again that's a 3-month programme that will set people up with employability skills, so CV writing, interview skills and the like, and also work placements. So they've actually got someone as a referee to help them when they go for jobs. And then the big one is the Kickstart scheme as well. So we're I think the biggest club and community department in terms of, we've got 30 Kickstart placements that they're being advertised right now. So young adults that are 16 to 24 years old can apply, who are out of work or at risk of being out of work because of the pandemic or circumstances. So that's right up to people that are uni leavers that are going to really struggle as businesses pull back on what they can do and just try and probably be safe for the next couple of years is probably the word there. So we've got 30 placements, like I said, and that's from kit assistants, so the kit man assistant will be there, or kit technician I think we call them now, grounds and maintenance operatives, right up to performance analysers, there's 3 or 4 placements within the academy, there's placements with the media team with you guys, there's placements obviously with the community scheme as well. That's a fully paid placement for 6 months, which will be fantastic for the successful individuals that get that. And then obviously the 2 schemes I spoke about before will be the ones that are a route in to the Kickstart scheme as well. So if there is anybody out there that is really interested, then please get in touch with us. Everything's over the website at the moment, and we'd welcome to give you some advice and help.
Just to pick up on all the things you've been saying, despite things coming back to normal, your COVID response has made you busier than ever?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the big words that we used were our projects actually turned to services, and really needy services. So when you look at cancer rehabilitation being one, that those kind of projects can't stop, can they? Because there's a lockdown. Supporting people that are in education cannot stop. Supporting people that are lonely cannot stop, because the Prime Minister says there's a lockdown. You have to find ways and routes around it. So ourselves and the club are really proud, and we've got to say thank you to the staff. The staff have been absolutely phenomenal through the whole 12 months of this, and continue to deliver with so much passion and pride with what they do, and care, I suppose, is the big word. I think we've cared for the community, so hopefully leading into the last thing that we're probably going to talk about with Community Day, which will be the last game of the season, and that's a way of hopefully raising some much needed funds, because this hasn't been done cheaply. We have stretched ourselves as a community to really do things. We didn't want to put off the football pitch behind, because we knew it was needed. It's part of our sustainability plan for the future. So there's going to be 3 or 4 fundraising events over the coming periods that we would really love supporters to get behind and support us.
Another project you've been working on is the Shrewsbury Town School. Tell me more about that.
So yeah, the Shrewsbury Town School, I forgot to mention that one. That is based up in Halscott, so at the old Grange Secondary School. There'll be an official launch of that next month. But the concept of it is to provide alternative provision and also assist the secondary schools in the area, especially Shrewsbury Academy, where we've got a great partnership and work that's gone out throughout to assist in that education gap that's been created in the catch-up that we're doing. So the curriculum involves sport, vocation and life skills, and sets people up that, like you said, the children going through secondary school now, they've missed a year ultimately, so set them up for employment and to leave school in a better place than probably what they're thinking now. So that'll be a fantastic project in another area of Shrewsbury where people can walk to. So it's breaking the barriers down of people that can't get to this fantastic pitch. We've got a fantastic facility that's being developed up there as well that could be really special in the long term.
You've touched on this one a little bit, but shout out to all of your staff. They really care, don't they?
Yeah, I can't speak highly enough of them all. I'll be honest, there may have been doubts before we went into this that what they were here for and what they were doing, but they have really stepped up to the plate, and they are a crucial part of what we do and are really valued as a workforce.